Okay. So, Jay's T25 is now off to the paint shop. So, we haven't got to worry about that for a while now until that comes back. Which means it's time to move on with some more projects. As you can see, split screens on the ramp. I've got to rebuild a load of my front end. I've driven this too low over the past couple of years and smashed the front end on the floor a lot. I noticed the steering started getting really sloppy and weird. Brakes started feeling a bit sloppy and weird as well. Couldn't figure it out. Basically the front cross member on here, which is obviously all modified, yeah, it's broken some of the welds on there. So I've got to come up with a plan now of what I'm going to do on there. I can either weld up all the cracks and add some more gussets, add a bit of strength in there. I could cut out that whole section and make a whole new section with more strength in it, put that whole thing back in. I'm a little bit on the fence with it at the minute anyway, because I do have some intentions of actually redoing a lot of the front end on this. If any of you have ever seen me driving it, you've seen I'm really hunched over. And I'll be honest, when I started building this van 4 or 5 years ago, I was a lot more inexperienced to what I am now. I've learned a lot more over the years of modifying these things, of what to do basically. So the front end on this isn't as perfect as what I would like it to be, if I'm totally honest with myself. The front bags are too small, they're only like single sleeve bags, which are good for like Beetles and stuff, but on the front end of one of these, they're not quite man enough to lift it as it should. Yeah, they don't sort of take the weight as well as like a good size double bellow bag, but there's no space for a double bellow bag on one of these. So I do have it in my head to actually cut the front tubs out, not from the right outside, not all the way out into the doors, because obviously I've just done all that. That bit's fine, but sort of like halfway in the tubs inwards, so the whole centre section, cut that section out, maybe even cut that section of chassis rails out and everything, redo that area, and try and drop everything down and actually make wishbones with like steering rack, maybe like T25 gear under there, disc brake, all that sort of stuff, so that I can get a good double bellow bag in there and actually drop my seat height down in the centre, because my seat height's so high, yes, for the tubs, for the wheels, but you sit quite far in on these and the wheels are quite far out, so the tubs don't need to be as wide and as high as what they are. So I have plans to change that, so like I need to figure that stuff out of what I'm actually going to do to rectify some of these broken welds. I don't know whether you'll see one, there's one up there that's broken. But yeah, so that's what happens when you drive too low all the time. Anyway, as we're talking about split screens. Split screens are probably known to be the most desirable of the Volkswagen camper van. They just are. Yeah, they're the dream, really, you know, cruising around in one of them in summer, you know, maybe with safari windows open, down in Cornwall and stuff.
But that fucking poser.
Well, yeah.
You need a T25.
T25s are better vans, but these are the picturesque dream of any Volkswagen van owner. Now, the rule of thumb with split screens is the more windows you have, the more money they're worth. Obviously, there's exceptions. So, the plan that we have now is we have this lovely 15 window split screen. Motherfucker, I did. We have this lovely 15 window split screen here, which is owned by Miles, who had the grey T25 high top, which we've done before. We're going to cut the whole back end off of it, because this is a Brazilian split screen. If you don't know what that means, it's a lot less desirable than... Here comes my air-cooled elitist coming out of me. Vans that are built in Wolfsburg in Germany are worth a damn sight more than vans that are built in Brazil. I think there is a lot of reasons behind this. I think the build quality, from what I've read, is a lot worse. The parts on them that are used, instead of being year specific, like with these, they have certain years where the parts changed on them, And the German ones, it sticks to that. If you buy a 59, you can go online and buy all the parts for a 59 van and you'll get the right parts. Whereas Brazilian ones, if it's made in 59, you might have some of the parts from, I don't know, earlier vans, older vans, newer vans. Like
Who made up these rules? Was that a man that owned a German?
it was probably a man who owned a German one that made up these rules and wanted to sell it. And apparently there's a lot less strength in them. Apparently there's a lot less welds on them, different panels, and all the rest. So yes, they're a lot less desirable. For example, a 15 window, if that was a 15 window German van, that would be worth a damn sight more than this panel van. But because that's German built and that's Brazilian built, that's worth more. Anyway, we're going to bastardize it. We've got to cut this back end off from there somewhere and get rid of that. Because Miles has bought this Jurgen South African. South African? South African? Yeah. It sounded like Carl from Cow's Campers then instead of a South African. Hello mate, it's Chris from Cow's. Sorry Chris. Yes, there's a Jurgen back to go on to that. We believe this is from a bay window, is that right?
Looks like a bay-shaped hole in the
Yeah.
front.
So this is a legitimate thing. But people don't usually start off with vans when they do this. They start off with pickups or chassis vans. So basically, we've got to strip this down to, I mean, just chassis rails, really. I mean, that's as much information as you need, really. I'm just going to get on and cut it now. So, here we go.
Hey. Next to rock like Mick Foley. It's Nick Joby, kill him softly, play that shit slowly. On the keys like Tony, throwing subs, they get toasted. About my bread like a hoagie. This beat ice cold, look how I ride this Zamboni. I feel like old Tony, good anywhere you throw me. She eat a Chobani, cause her body getting bony. Late night, heavy scrolling, vape light, heavy smoking. We got our healthy habits, we been already growing. It's like we drowning in them, it seems the levee's broken. But it's not too late to change them. And refrain from being slaves to the vices that encage them. I'm writing on this page like I'm throwing hands with Satan. Don't run from all those demons, gotta stand your ground and face them. Sometimes you break, but through destruction comes a renovation. We all just trying to build a foundation. We all just trying to build a foundation. We all just trying to build a foundation. Yeah. Liquidity dry, I couldn't quit if I tried. It's been a ride through all the waves and the tides. Little emptiness inside from all them days with the guys. Try to mask it, but I know you see the pain in his eyes. All the lows and the highs, all the gray in the sky. Every reason I should throw away and swallow my pride. All my life been like a permanent grind, of just deserving my shine. And you can't even tell until I push the curtains aside. Hey, and it's disturbing behind, but yo, y'all love to say it's worse in your mind. Still I'm searching to find something that's bigger than a verse or a rhyme. Find your wings and then the courage to fly. Cause we all just trying to build a foundation. We all just trying to build a foundation.
Okay, so next day. I managed to get all this stripped off yesterday. So far, yeah, everything's off, bumpers off, rear panels off, rear doors off, all the windows are out, all the interiors out, all the panels are out. This morning I come in and just quickly got these doors, I say quickly got these doors off, they're a pain in the ass to get these doors off, the bolts are pretty hard. But yeah, got the doors off. So it's all stripped now. I'm just basically planning through where I'm gonna cut is the main thing. I think my idea so far is to cut across the roof line. So this is where the cab then meets the back. I'm going to keep obviously these strengtheners in, so I'll probably cut literally on the line of the strengthener all the way across and then down inside, so that will keep then these welds in as well. So basically on this line here, cut that all the way down there. The door side meets up, that strengthener meets up with the door opening, so that's okay. I've just basically got to cut through there. And then down to the sills, again cut there. I think I'm just going to come in a bit. I'll just come cut in and then do a dead line where the inner sill is. I can't remember where that is, it's around here somewhere. So basically take the complete sills off either side Cut all the way along, all the way along. I shall then probably cut, I'll probably leave the tubs on for now. They'll have to come off because the wheels that Miles has got, they're quite big wheels and tyres basically, because obviously you can have a lot more space inside because of the caravan or the Jurgen back. So, but I can cut them off after. I'm basically just trying to keep the outer panels kind of nice because it can be used for other people for body cuts and stuff. So Miles can come pick this up and take it away. Yeah, cut along, cut up, and then I should probably cut along that line, down that line, along this line here. The fuel tank's just on the other side of that, so I need to be a little bit cautious of that, but shouldn't be too bad. Along there, obviously up, along, and down, so then that's this section done, basically keeping the whole parcel shelf in the cut that comes out. In the back, hopefully there'll be enough light. I've not turned the torch on actually. So I'll cut these little strengtheners off that come down, I'll just cut them off there. Again, I'll carry on leaving the tub on, so I'll cut just inside of there and down. And then, I mean, these battery trays are pretty waff, so it doesn't really matter about keeping them or not. I might cut around like this, or I might just cut diagonally across all the way around the outer body panel out to here, and then where this D pillar, I think it is, what it's called, basically cut down that D pillar and off. So I do that all the way around both sides. In theory, then the whole thing will come off in one go, in theory. So yes, now I'm going to plan that, mark some stuff out and get cutting. I think what I'll do actually is I'll plan it all, mark it all. I might just quickly take the rear wheels off and cut the tubs from underneath because it'll be easiest. Just cut them bits, put the wheels back on so it rolls again. And then I think I'll swap these two around. I should probably put the van there and bring the caravan over here, just so I can put a couple of poles on the ramp arms through this, so that when it's supported basically, and then when I cut it, it can then all, I can just lift the ramp up, lift it off, drive the van out. I don't think I need the ramp this week, so I then get Miles to just send one of his lads over with a transporter trailer and just come pick that back up. Right, let's carry on. Those bits cut. Done some marking out of where we're going to cut. I've pinched the grinder through in certain points and through the roof, so that we have the marks ready to go to be cutting. So now you can see the plan of where it's getting cut. Right there, all the way along. Cut them floors all the way through, which will go through the outriggers all the way out to the sides, and then the last bit to cut will then just be through. There's the battery trays all gone through, so we'll have to just go through there That one's all gone through. And that'll be the last of it. But I'm going to meet you back here in about 4 days' time, because I've got some work to do this week, and I don't want half a split screen incapacitating that ramp for no good reason. So booked the collection for Friday for Mars to come and collect the back half of that split. So I'll meet you back here Thursday, where I'll cut the back half off of. Well, that was entertaining.
You are so proud of yourself.
There's not many people that take a 15 window split screen and cut it in half.
This one's from Brazil. It's not a real split screen.
It's not a real split screen, it's from Brazil. Well, to be honest, most of the Brazil has been cut off of it now.
Now it's a real split screen.
Yeah, now it's a real... We've cut all of the Brazil out of it.
What the front light?
No, oh yeah, yeah, they're probably not period correct. Right. What's the plan now, anyway?
Put the caravan on the back.
Right, that's the...
And then we go camping.
Hey, woo! Shall we hook a battery up to it and drive down the road?
I would normally say yes.
Cool. Let's go. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, next day. I tried to get this running yesterday to go for a little drive, but well, there's just no fuel in it, and whatever fuel there is left in it is manky and old and yeah, not very good and flammable. So, we're moving on. Jack wants to test this on the... Okay. He wants to test the Jurgen on it before we even sort of start any further, really. The only thing that we can see that's going to really hold it up is this rear parcel shelf section here, because of the fuel tank and all that sort of stuff. Sorry. So, I am going to just delicately take this out of the way with some precision tools. And then we'll pop it on.